James, we are recording.
Fantastic. Well, Steve, thank you for having a chat with me today. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Look, how are you enjoying Sydney so far?
From what I've seen, lovely. I was here. I think I've been here twice before, but haven't had enough time to kind of walk around and check out the sites. But yeah, and the people are delightful, I have to say. You included.
Me?
Yes.
Oh, you don't know anything about me.
No, you're a perfect example. Are you from Sydney?
I am from Sydney.
See? I knew that.
Well, is there anything you're particularly keen to do while you're here, or do you have enough time?
I have no time to do anything.
Oh,
I literally have flown in and I'm spending 2 days in a hotel room, and then I'm flying back.
Okay, well, maybe next time.
I would love there to be a next time. I was hoping that my wife would come with me this time. We could spend a few extra days, but she wasn't able to do it. So maybe next time.
Okay. Well, look, just for our viewers, could you tell me a little bit about the film? And
Well, the film starts with a couple at a restaurant, and essentially the wife admits to having an affair and that she wants a divorce, which takes my character completely off guard. You know, eventually what happens is my character decides that he needs to move on and get back into the dating pool, meets a character played by Ryan Gosling, who's sort of the local Lothario, who takes my character under his wing and helps him get his manhood back, helps him to get out there and date women and find himself again. So that's sort of how the movie starts off.
Okay. Well, look, the film is about love and loss, and I guess all the crazy stuff that happens in the middle. Can you relate to this film in any way? I mean, how important do you think love is in the real world?
I think love is the most important thing in the real world. I think, everything revolves around that. If without it, there's kind of no reason for anything. So I mean, I think it's of paramount importance. What was your other part of your question? I'm sorry.
Oh, no, I was just saying, can you relate to that person?
Oh, my gosh. Can I? Yeah, I've been married for a number of years, so I completely relate to the character of Cal. He, after spending that length of time with someone, you have certain bonds and you understand a lot about one another. And it's amazing the things you don't understand, too, and you're still learning and growing and discovering. But to be faced with a dilemma like that, to be faced with a problem of, the end of a marriage is not specifically something I can relate to, but I can understand what it must feel like having, been in a long-term marriage.
Yeah, understood. Look, you've worked with some big names over the years, other actors, and just looking at some of them you've worked with, out of them all, who would you say you've had the most fun on set with?
Boy, well, Will Ferrell was a lot of fun. Anchorman was maybe the most fun I've ever had on a movie. That was just insane and crazy every day. There've been a lot of... Zach Galifianakis was really fun to work with as well. Paul Rudd was really fun to work with. Ryan Gosling. I have to say, in this movie, Ryan Gosling's not known for being a comedic actor, but he is fantastically gifted as a comedic actor and is really funny and is a great improviser as well. So he was a lot of fun to do scenes with.
Okay. Look, the term soulmate is used quite frequently in this film, and I've noticed that. Do you believe in soulmates? I do. Well, based on my experience with my wife, I definitely consider her my soulmate. And I hope she considers me hers. Otherwise, I'm sort of screwed. Look, you seem to play the underdog quite frequently in the films you choose.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see yourself as an underdog when you were growing up?
No, I was an overdog. I was... I don't even know if that's a word. I just wanted to say it. I just wanted to say the word overdog. I'm an overdog. That means everything goes my way at all times. I hit all the green lights anywhere I drive. Was I an underdog growing up? No, I didn't perceive myself to be that. No, and I think it's interesting to play an underdog in movies though, because it gives a character somewhere to go. It gives a character an arc, and it certainly provides a character that you root for. You want you want somebody who's an underdog, who necessarily is down on his luck, somebody who is at a disadvantage or a deficit in life, to overcome that and to reclaim, some joy in their life. The thing about this character, though, is he's, to a certain extent, he's an underdog, but he's also kind of a jerk. He's sort of needs to wake up, and you can kind of pity him, but at the same time, you want to slap him around and say, "What's your problem? Stop feeling sorry for yourself. You need to do something with your life." And that's really the character of Ryan. Ryan's character, Jacob, who literally slaps him across the face and tells him to wake up. So he's sort of a qualified underdog in that sense.
Okay. Look, my last question is: look, I've seen you in comedies like 40-Year-Old Virgin and Anchorman, but then I've also seen you play the serious side in films like Little Miss Sunshine.
Mm-hmm.
And then you've got this film, which is almost an in-between, where there is comedy involved, but it is a very serious film as well.
Right.
Now, do you look for certain things and themes when you read scripts and pick films that you're going to star in? I mean, do you particularly look for one thing when you're going to...
I don't. You know what? I look for something that I think is good. It's not like I look at a script and think, "Oh, good, I get to play an axe murderer. That's what I want. That I'll show everybody I can play an axe murderer." It's not so much that, but I read this and I thought, there's something unique about this script. The guy, it's a different sort of guy. It's a different sort of relationship. Interesting ensemble, some interesting twists and turns within the movie. I really liked the way it was written. But when I read Little Miss Sunshine, I had a completely different, but it wasn't necessarily about, ooh, I get to play a Proust scholar. That's what I want to do. I just thought, as a whole, oh, I want to be a part of this. I think this is a movie I would be proud to be a part of. I think I approach it more like that, like as an entire, an entire storyline, as opposed to, oh, I just want to play this type of character within a movie.
Fantastic. Well, Steve, thank you very much for being
My
here.
pleasure.
I appreciate that.
Thanks.
And enjoy your red carpet tonight.
Thank you very much.
Seeing the film, it's fantastic.
Oh,
And,
great. Thanks. Appreciate it. Thanks.
Cool, thanks, Steve.
Thank you very much.
Nice to meet you.